Hey guys, this is Epic Gamer X from the TheNintendoBoyz, and this is a solo Let's Play, and this is me playing this, and I'm playing Pokemon Leaf Green, Fire Red, and this is gonna be a fully This is gonna be a fully infoed walkthrough. I'm telling you that right now. Just one problem. That is all the info I'm gonna have. All the info that's most likely kind of helpful won't be helpful basically until Pallet Town, because I maybe deleted the first part of the Let's Play. But that's no problem at all, because the first part of the Let's Play is I'm not gonna say slow, but the first part of the Let's Play is pretty easy to understand. I don't need to say too much. And once we get to Pallet Town, all the informative stuff will be covered, no problem. As you can see, I'm gonna try to get rid of the menu bar that's below. I don't know what I can say about the visual, the emulator part, but I'll try to get what I can. I'll try to see what I can do. No promises. And obviously I have a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can see what I'm going on with. For all you guys who want to know what I'm using, it's pretty obvious that it's next to the emulator I very much want to advertise. It's EJ screen recorder. And then anyway, let's get to the Let's Play. I'm gonna probably be talking off a lot of times, but I don't want to do that. I'm gonna save a lot of stuff for the extra. And the extra is when I have a lot of information to go over about the channel, about everything. So that's that. Now back to the game. This is one of the only Leaf Green and Fire Red is one of the only games that you can't get a potion from the computer. And as you can see, we got the NES. And this is also one of the only games that actually has a help menu. And you can see I'm rushing through this because the first episode took me like 5 times because there was always a problem with the screen recorder. And I'm just in the first part of the episode. I have a certain part that don't get done with the first part of the episode, and obviously it's not that long, but trust me, it took long enough. Basically. So obviously, you coming into the game, yeah, basically all the way. You always have to go into that thing, then go off. Well, that thing is just kind of, you don't have to. But when you try to go to the grass, you find Oak suddenly just coming out of nowhere saying, "Hey, wait up. It's unsafe. You need a Pokemon. I know. Here, come with me." I say the game. Oh, sorry for the no audio. That audio will be in the later episodes because I forgot to turn it on. Anyway, the game can be a little, kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Anyway, this part can be a little kind of hard to come by. And what I mean by that is, anyway, I'll come back to that later. So, get those first 3 Pokemon: Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. Bulbasaur is the easiest involved and stuff like that. Squirtle is in the middle, and then I'm choosing Charmander because he's the hardest. Now, what I mean by the hardest is just the beginning of the game. You have to train your Charmander a lot. So you could just get past the first part of the gym, because first part of the gym is a rock type Pokemon, which is Brock, obviously. And I'm telling you, it's very hard to get the fast part of the game if you don't. And of course, the rival will always take your opposite. But anyway, it's really there's basically only 2 Pokemon in my head that can, besides 2 starters that can learn a move that will beat Brock. And Charmander, I'm going to leave that for a surprise. And Butterfly, which is an evolved form of bug type Pokemon. I'll get to that later because I forgot. Anyway, here's the first battle. Sorry, I'm snapping my fingers. Alright, first battle, and you got your rival. Your rival will choose the different type of your opposite Pokemon, and no problem at all. This guy will be a joke unless you use your second move. That's your main attack. And this stuff is only reason I wouldn't speed this up is because this is an actual battle, and I don't know how to. I will start playing with editing later because there is this editing bar. I'm using a Mac, and there's this editing bar that I can use, but I'm not going to do that for the first episode because I'm going to leave that for something else. I don't want to mess with it. I delayed too much time to begin with. I told you guys last Monday. It's like 2 weeks ago, probably. Now, this is the real deal, and I'm ready to do this Let's Play. Anyway, now, let's get to the thing. Alright, so, attacking. Not much to say here, but now, I lost to this guy because of a critical. I was at 6, I remember it. I was at 6, he got a critical, and I died. Now, let me tell you about the critical rate in this game. You get more criticals in this game than you will than any other game. And you have to watch out for that if you want to catch a Pokemon. That's why you want to use a weaker Pokemon. That way the critical isn't as possibly killed guy. Or Pokemon, sorry. Anyway, you win. I'm going to talk about this later if you want to see the extra, which would have a lot of information about Leaf Green or about our channel. Anyway, now that you know, the professor wants you to go get a parcel at in the next city, and then I stalled the start menu so I could show this off for the girl who says I learned that stuff. Anyway, you got $380. You get, you see, I accidentally did that. And then whatever version it is, that's gonna be the outside bar. Anyway, I actually went that way. I can remember this stuff. Alright, then we get into our first battle. First battle is a Rattata. Now, my recommendation on Rattata, no. That's because Rattata is what's the word I'm looking for? It's a normal type. We all get that. But Rattata is kind of like those Pokemon you need. By the way, I'm catching every Pokemon in this game because the only reason, that's not the word I'm looking for. The best way to progress through the game is to catch every Pokemon you see, and that stuff is doing off screen unless, yeah, I'll get to that later. Anyway, your Rattata, I can't give you a good explanation why you shouldn't catch it, but I mean shouldn't put it on your team. But anyway, you get a potion from that guy, and the next Pokemon I believe is a Pidgey. Hopefully, it's a Pidgey. Thank you. Alright, Pidgey, definitely, you want to catch it because it's a flying type. Rattata, you want a flying type because flying type will let you breeze by the forest that's coming up. I might do a lot of spoilers, but just catch the Pidgey if you can. Obviously, you can't right now, but catch it anyway. And try not to use the potion you just got because that is actually pretty helpful because you can't get any other potion. And so you got your level up, level 7. I'm going to be like, seriously, on your Amber. I believe in every level of any starter you have, Amber. Oh, and I am going to do some suggestions of which Pokemon you should catch for each starter you pick. And that's going to be to a point. Alright, for your main team, what you got right now, what I recommend is you catch Pidgey. For any starter you have, catch Pidgey. I am serious about that. If you have a Charmander, like I do, I am going to catch Pidgey once I get my Pokeballs, which is later. So, catch Pidgey. Rattata would be a suggestion. Probably for Bulbasaur or Squirtle, only if you really want to, because, I'll do that later. This is the PC, you'll heal, you put your Pokemon you don't want in your PC, or you save your Pokemon. Now back to the suggestion. Catch Pidgey or Rattata and Rattata if you just want to, because Rattata would be a good addition to the team. But it could also mean, the more Pokemon you have, the harder it is going to level up, and they're going to be throwing a lot of Pokemon at you at the beginning of the game. So anyway, now you're coming into your store. The store is not complicated. I was going to say complicated. I was just saying the first part of the game, you can't buy anything. I tried. Get the parcel, and I gotta go back. Even if you tried, I believe a person up there will tell you not to go back. And those ledges over there, I think I talked to a person who tells you about that, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Those ledges, I'm gonna try and get into a battle on purpose, but those ledges over there means you could jump up, but you can't go back. That's what I hate about them. But they're used in basically every part of the game. What do we have here? Pidgey? Yep. Pidgey has a higher encounter rate than a Rattata. I believe, I'm not so sure. Just stick with me. I'm not so sure, no promises, but this is what I'm getting out of the whole thing. And we're actually coming up to the end. I might stop the recording the microphone recording earlier than the actual episode. I don't want it to go on, go off. So, alright, so I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen next. I'm going to stop outside the door. You're going to get 5 Pokeballs, and we continue after that. So, I'm Epic Gamer X from the Nintendo Boys. Catch you later.